Now 11 a.m. and I will call to order the Physical Resources Committee meeting for Thursday, February 5th, 2026. I trust that you've had an opportunity to read the minutes of December 4th, 2025. If so, I entertain a motion to approve those.
So moved.
Or
Motion by Commissioner Blanco, supported by Commissioner Tillotson. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. We approve the minutes. On to finance reports.
You will find your finance reports in your packet, starting with the Building and Site Division of the Capital Fund. You've had no current expenses on those projects, and you have an available balance for future projects at $1,631,000. Moving on to your Maurice Beer Campus Division of your Capital Fund. Again, we have no current expenses in 2026 for those projects, and you have just over $180,000 for future projects in that division. If there's any questions, I will attempt to answer them.
Any questions of the finance report? Hearing none, thank you so much. We have moved on to building and grounds maintenance.
Good morning.
Good morning.
At our jail facility, we've gotten right after our annual testing that need to be completed. So we've done the fire alarm testing, the sprinkler inspection, and the elevator inspection. I'll have those all done for the year. Some other things we've been working on, salt and snow removal. Obviously, this winter's been a little different for us than the previous winters. So we're actually running low on salt, and everybody's running low on salt. I mean, it's a big issue right now. So anybody hears of any place where we can get bulk salt, definitely pass that on to us because we're having trouble. We've contacted the state, other municipalities, and having trouble getting salt. So the Human Service Building, the Health Department renovations are almost completed. They changed a couple of things with some cabinetry, so we're waiting for that to come in, and then that project will be complete. The meeting room renovations are also nearing completion. We had a little issue with a couple of the panels that we're waiting on those to come in. And then Red Letter has some things they need to finish up with the audio video aspect, but wrapping that up shortly as well. Maurice Beer Campus, we made some repairs to the girls' open unit rooftop unit, went down when it was so cold, unfortunately. And the renovations at the old detention are continuing on schedule. That's pretty much it.
Any questions? Commissioner Van Dorn.
so we're moving ahead with having the letters made for the German building.
Yes, they've already been made, and the sign company has them, so they're just waiting to get a date from us in the spring when we do the dedication, and then they'll install those and we'll do the reveal.
Okay, so we'll have to take a look at that when the weather breaks. Okay, very good. Thank you.
What month were we still looking at? March or April, whenever they're back in town? When did better weather, so it's probably more April.
April, May, I think, wouldn't you?
Back to, thank you, Commissioner Van Dorn. With regard to the salt, it's a very fascinating situation that municipalities and businesses are dealing with this year. What was the, sorry to quiz you a little bit, what was the first amount of price per ton of salt that we pay for?
Just off the top of my head, I would say it was between $65 and $70
Right.
a ton.
And right now it's going for over 200, isn't it? If you can get it.
If you can get it, the last price I saw was $375 a ton.
So, yeah, this has been a bad winter for it, but I think it's happened the last 2 years where if you buy it in earlier in the year, what kind of facility do we have to store salt?
We can hold 100 tons approximately, and that's what we had at the beginning of the season, which normally that would easily get us through the season. And unfortunately this year, running a little short, so we'll see how that all pans out.
So we're running a little short. How much do we have on hand, or?
We probably have enough on hand for another 3 or 4 occurrences. Beyond that, it'd be a little dicey. We have contacted some different municipalities about what they're doing in lieu of using salt, and there's some sand products out
Sand,
there.
beet juice, you name it.
Yeah, that are I think the city has been using those on some of the streets here and mixed reviews on that.
Right, it's basically turned our roads into like dirt roads, basically, pretty much.
Yeah, there's definitely some downside to that.
The origin of our sand that we use is where?
Sand,
No, the salt, sorry.
salt, typically we get it from the Detroit salt mine.
I know that's a huge place and I've had the privilege of touring that mine. Pretty interesting, right along 94 there. All right, with that, any more questions? Building and maintenance? Hearing none, thank you. We have a request.
The Maple Drain HVAC equipment was slated for replacement in the 2026 capital improvement plan that was approved in the fall of last year. And so $15,000 was budgeted for that project. And we have a couple quotes in your packet that you will see, but the request is to accept the Adrian Mechanical Services proposal in the amount of $13,485 for the HVAC equipment replacement with a $1,400 contingency, bringing that to $14,885 from the capital fund.
I would move that we accept that.
Motion by Commissioner Tillotson,
Support.
or by Commissioner Blanco. Discussion.
Not to exceed $15,000. So,
Correct.
okay,
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those same sign. Request is granted. Moving along to Drain Commission. Ed,
Good morning, everybody.
good morning.
You'll find in your packet our account balance summary for our revolving drain funds and equipment funds. If you have any questions on that, let me know. I also have the monthly update. I combined January and February. As far as meetings and administration, we held 3 sanitary sewer board meetings in December, the Rowland Woodstock, Posey Lake, and Lock Aaron Chapter 20 sanitary drains. And we're currently scheduled, well, actually, we had the meeting for the Central Lenawee Sewer System yesterday, and we have the Wampler's Lake Sewer and South Shore Water System meetings scheduled for later this month. I would also like to state that I'm attending and I'm also presenting at the Michigan Association of County Drain Commissioners Conference. That'll be next week, so I'll be out of the office from Tuesday through Friday. A little update on personnel. Robert Griffin, our deputy drain superintendent, he retired in December. And also we promoted Josh Heller. He was a systems operations leader. He was promoted to the vacant position of sewer and water foreman. And we also promoted Gavin Dutine to systems operations lead. A little update on our drain maintenance field crew operations. We're kind of struggling a little bit with the weather, the temperature, and we've got snow that has blown into the county drains. So it's a little tough to work right now, but we are working in Hudson and Ridgeway townships. Sewer and water field crew operations, same thing. A lot of things go wrong with valves and lift stations and so forth when it's this cold. But they're able to keep things running, and we're doing some preventative maintenance. We recently changed out a flow meter, excuse me, the flow meter at Central Lenawee plant, which measures flows coming in from the prison so that we can divide up the cost of running Central Lenawee effectively between Madison and Palmyra townships. And Fall Lagoon discharges were completed without incident. Moving on to equipment and vehicles, I just wanted to kind of give a heads up of the vehicles and equipment that I hope to bring forward here for purchase and replacement. Moving forward this year, it was part of our capital plan, and that includes replacing one of our large excavators. It's going to be a considerable expense, but it's probably the main piece of equipment in our operations. I plan on bringing that forward to this committee in March. And then we also, in keeping with our vehicle replacement plan, plan to purchase 2 vehicles at some point in this fiscal year. And we're gonna try to purchase a a new Vector too. Our old Vector's in 1992. And it's wore out, but I'll bring those forward. I just wanted to let the committee know that I'm planning on doing that. And so moving down a little bit, I also wanted to make you aware that we, developed a new, equipment vehicle management database. I kind of had, a rough database before. I had Amber Kingsley in our office develop this, and it's enabling us to track all of our maintenance expense, our repair expenses, the revenue that we're bringing in so that we can make decisions on things such as our equipment use charge rates and purchasing. So that's been a wealth of knowledge for us. And I also believe that moving forward, in the years to come, we're really gonna see, you know, what things are costing us and how to fairly charge those things back to us. So that's all.
Any questions of the Drain Commissioner's monthly report? Just a quick question, ballpark figure on the excavator would be like what? Because I know you can get an excavator that's bigger than this building.
So, we're looking at the range that I've got estimated now is anywhere from 150 to 300,000, depending on, the basically electronics that you put on it, and there's a big variance in brands also.
All right, that'll be an interesting process when we get there. All right, any more questions of the Drain Commissioner's monthly report? Hearing none, we have a request before us. Commissioner Tillotson, do you have a question of the monthly report?
Yes. That piece of equipment is like a hydro.
Yes. That's exactly what.
Very good. Thank you. I can remember when we got the last one, we got it from Shinneberry's.
Yeah.
No more Shinneberry, so.
Yeah, they're getting pretty expensive nowadays.
Yeah,
That's it.
and Shinneberry's handled good used equipment and kind of stood in back of it. They were good, very good people, but like everything else, after a while, they just get out of business. But it was a father-son deal. Probably they were in business for 40 years, something like that. But they aren't anymore. We're a good source of used equipment.
Thank you, Commissioner Tillotson. We have a request before us. Commissioner Ed, would you like to handle that?
Sure. So before you is my proposed 2026 equipment use charge rates. A little history on that. The use charge rates have not been increased since August 1st of 2022. The rates were last reviewed and approved by the Physical Resources Committee at the February 2025 meeting. I'm proposing to leave rates unchanged with the exception of increasing the rate for our pickup trucks. I am proposing to raise that rate from 65 cents a mile to $1 a mile due to the increased cost to replace and maintain the vehicles that we have experienced over the last few years. I utilized this database over the last year to really be able to tell how much of the costs that were recouped, and we're a little bit low on that. So that's why I'm proposing that. I am asking the Physical Resources Committee to consider approval of the 2026 Lenawee County Drain Commissioner equipment use charge rates as presented.
So move.
Support.
Motion by Commissioner Tillotson, supported by Commissioner Blanco. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those same sign, motion carries. All right, thank you, Commissioner Ed. Updates and other business. MSC renovations.
As you heard earlier from our Building and Grounds Superintendent, the renovations at Marie Spear Campus and the existing detention are ongoing. The timeframe still remains that we should take ownership of that building or possession of that building on April 17th. We did have some slight resequencing in the process of the project. Due to the amount of data centers that are going up, we had a long lead time on some of the ceiling piping and paneling. So we did move floors up, and then we will be patching in that ceiling very soon. But again, we remain on schedule for an April 17th date.
Thank you so much. Any questions? Hearing none, we have an additional request before us.
And this request is, again, from the Capital Improvement Plan, the 2026 Capital Improvement Plan. The original approval for the Sheriff's Department was 3 Dodge Durangos for road patrol, as well as 2 Jeep Grand Cherokees for command staff. However, the undersheriff found a 2026 Dodge Durango that's on site and ready to take possession, and is actually cheaper, lesser cost to that division than the Jeep Grand Cherokee. And so he has requested that he would just like to take on the Dodge Durango instead of the Jeep Grand Cherokee, excuse me, for his command vehicle. So the request is to purchase a 2026 Dodge Durango from LaFontaine CJDR of Lansing in the amount of $35,567. And again, this is from the Capital Improvement Plan.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Blanco, supported by Commissioner Tillotson. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you so much. Deputy Administrator Elliott. Is there any public comment? Any public comment? Is there any public comment? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So support.
Motion by Commissioner Tillotson, supported by Commissioner Blanco. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign.